Hey, what's up everyone? Did you know that a lot of people update the WordPress site wrongly? Shocking, right? I'll explain why. Hey, welcome to the channel. I'm Lax and I'm a web developer. I talk about WordPress, web development, Drupal, and other tips as well. So, if that anything interests you, make sure to just subscribe to the channel and also leave your comments below. Okay, and this is a quote by Mariappan, it's me. So, an outdated extension like a plugin or a theme, it's an expired medicine. Would you risk your life? Will you take an expired medicine? Probably no, right? I mean, certainly no. So, it applies to the plugins and themes as well. You should not keep on ignoring the updates. You should keep your plugins and themes updated. So to make this process easier, you should enable auto updates. So the security and vulnerability related like patches will be updated on the site by itself. And then you have to follow the coding standards. If you are the developer, you have to stick with the coding standards. But let's say if you are the site owner, you hire somebody, so you should make sure every plugin and every theme or any other customization as well should be with the WordPress coding standard. And then you have to take multiple backups. If something goes wrong or website got hacked, you need to restore your site. So it's always good to choose a hosting plan or to configure your website and make a scheduled automated backups. So this is statistics from wpscan.com. Earlier it is called as WP Vulnerabilities Database. So now they call that as WP Scan. And basically what it does is this website gives you the statistics and alerts as well. Like if your website has any vulnerabilities, it will alert you. So you can also use WordFence and other security plugins as well. So they scan your website and they are going to alert you as well. Like they will give you a notification. And this particular statistics, it shows 5% of the WordPress related hacks or vulnerabilities are related to core WordPress. Like if we don't update WordPress version, so and then 88% of the vulnerabilities are related to plugins, because a lot of plugins are either outdated or not maintained, or sometimes it's like the premium or like paid version of the code is being circulated on the internet, like pirated plugins or nulled plugins. So these plugins doesn't have a license, and these plugins carry vulnerabilities, because every code has to update with core, right? Like a plugin or a theme should be updated with the other plugins and other themes, and also with the WordPress core version itself. So if anything one is not updated, there is a chance of vulnerability, right? So, and then 8% of the vulnerabilities are related to themes. So keep in mind that you should be updating your themes, plugins, and also the core WordPress. And this is a dashboard of one of my clients' websites. So you can see WordPress is not updated, and the updates were 15. So I found out like there are around 10 plus plugins to be updated and themes to be updated. So if your website is like this, you need to be more careful, or you need to take backup and then start updating your site. So this is one way of extending or like adding your own customization. Usually when you search the internet, you will find some tips and tutorials that will say if you want to add a filter or a hook, so you have to add it in your themes functions.php. So many people do that, maybe even now. So what happens when your theme has a new version and if you are not using a child theme? So if you use a child theme, that child theme will inherit the parent properties. The parent theme will remain intact. Like you can update your parent theme without a problem. But if you are not using a child theme, then you might be in trouble. Like your customization will get lost. Because if you update the theme and let's say if, functions.php has a update, so your customization goes out of where, like it's not there. So this is the right method. Like if you know how to write code, especially for like a plugin, so you can write a WordPress plugin, a simple one, and then you can add your customizations there. Or if you are fond of like how to use your hosting file manager, let's say if it's cPanel or Plesk or whatever, so you know how to edit your files, so you can do that way. Or let's say if you are just a beginner and you're still learning PHP, or you're not sure about you're not into programming, so this way you can use the plugin like this. So you install this plugin and write your customization there. And again, so not because this is my code, but I like to highlight this again. You should be updating all your plugins and themes, and it's very let's say super important, because the more and more you skip this one, your vulnerabilities or the security loopholes are going to be piling up. So your website may soon get compromised. And let's say if you have 4 or 5 websites or even more in that your hosting plan, and maybe other websites might get infected too. So the best way is to follow the coding standards and using a child theme and taking regular backups, and also enabling auto updates and scanning your site. So I hope you got some idea out of this, and I also agree this is kind of more generic or very common thing that you can find in internet and everywhere. But still, especially the site owners or people who are not into programming, they still don't understand it, they don't get it. So it's like that. So you have to be updated, stay updated, and keep your sites updated. Leave your comments below, and if you are new here, please consider subscribing to my channel. I'll see you in the next one.